So welcome back, everyone. Again, my name is Matt Moran from the Boston Transportation Department. These videos are intended to remind you of the process we went through to establish the goals, identify strategies, and evaluate those strategies for the South Boston Strategic Transit Plan. This section is about evaluating the short-term strategies against the goals of the project as you helped us define them to expand, rely, respect, and equalize for transit service across the neighborhood. In 2020, we released the evaluation of a set of short-term strategies online. By short-term, we mean improvements that could be done relatively quickly. In fact, some of them are ready for adoption and implementation now. What this means primarily are strategies that can be done through signage, flex posts, pavement markings, and the like. We invite your comments to these strategies and reacted to your ideas with some updates that are included in what we're showing you here. You can also review each of the individual strategies online. You may recall that we developed 22 short-term strategies. We took every single one of them and developed the strategy sheet seen here on the right side of the slide. This example is for the South Boston Seaport circulator. It described what the circulator is, then evaluated against a set of metrics that focused on the expand, rely, and respect and equalize framework. Slide 3 shows an example evaluation, and you could certainly click here to look at the details of this example. This evaluation is for the South Boston Seaport direct bus service or shuttle service between North Station and South Station. This is a new route that would connect from North Station through downtown Boston to South Station and over to the Seaport. This is actually a concept that the city is currently examining in a much more detailed way through a separate planning effort. We looked at this concept in terms of expand and developed an initial score for this new service. We looked at rely in terms of the reduction in transfers that may be created for the service, then equalize as it may make transit more competitive for all places within the South Boston Seaport district. The table on slide 4 summarizes this approach for each of the 22 short-term strategies. It shows how well they scored for expand, rely, respect, and equalize, then lists a total of the 4 strategy elements. You can see that the South Boston Seaport direct service between North Station and South Station and South Station received the highest aggregate score of all short-term projects and also scored the highest on respect. The color bands within the table highlight a number of other short-term strategies that scored the highest for any of the individual categories. It's important to understand that many of these strategies will be designed to work together. So just because a strategy scored well or poorly does not necessarily mean that the strategy wouldn't be carried further into prioritization. This assessment shows how well any of these individual strategies achieve the goals that we set out and defined earlier in this process that you gave us. I want to reemphasize that all of the information is available at a click below if you want to look at any of these strategies and what they did or how they were evaluated. Next, you can review section 5, the midterm and long-term strategies.